So why don't you tell us a little bit about like how long you've been in the business, where you started, what got you into the industry?
Yeah, I started by hobby, you know, as we all do, hobby in my parents' garage. I started doing it in late 2002. I was going to school studying accounting, so I ended up finishing my accounting degree.
Who does your accounting for this?
I have an accountant. I have an accountant.
Did you play ball?
I played ball throughout. Well, I was in junior college in the mainland. You know, we played ball together growing up. I played baseball at Milani High School. Then went on to Laney College. Came back and just kind of finished out my schooling at UH. But in the midst of that, you know, started tinting in 02. And I thought I was like really good until I met the guy who started this business. I watched him work and I was blown away. So just watching him work, watch how good he was, how quick he was. So after that, I remember going back to school, trying to study, trying to, you know, go through lessons at UH. And I couldn't stop thinking about what he was doing, you know, how he's installing, the cars he's working on.
You're trying to learn in school and you're thinking about tinting.
Yeah, that's
his true passion.
So I'm over there in class, like, you know, management 404 or whatever you call it. And I'm just like constantly thinking about tinting, and I'll just get up and leave. And my, you know, my classmates or friends would be like, "Where are you going?" I gotta go. I'd go straight home to my, you know, to my parents' garage and start working on my dad's car. And then I'll mess up, go to the shop. It was Midnight Tinting back in Hawaiʻi when it first started. Just show up and then just keep watching them, just hang out, because they had this culture of just hanging out. Like they had, they had video game room, they had a big dingy shop, they did stereo. For about a year, I was kind of part-time-ish.
Hardcore.
A year, 2 years, and once I graduated, I was fully, you know, on board, and then became owner of the business. You know, maybe a year after I graduated college.
So what were some of the challenges that you're facing, like trying to like make yourself credible and legitimate and run as like a legitimate business in Hawaii?
Getting to that consistency part, I guess, being able to have a consistent payroll just for myself, you know. I was always super busy, but we'll go through periods of you know, blotchiness in the schedule where you might not do something for a day or two or whatever. We don't have that problem now, but that was kind of something. It's all you know, in our own heads. Or our own process. Maybe we're not doing the right advertising, or
you guys Tint speaks for itself. I mean, you guys do an unbelievable job. I think you've been tinting for me for almost 20 years. And I never once came back and said, "Hey Ron, it's bubbling," or "It's no good," or...
And that does happen.
I'm sure it does.
It does happen.
Human error.
Human errors. But so I'll say the way we install now, it's almost like it's been the same since I first started. Like as far as the cleanliness, everything. The difference is the way we present ourselves, our service. We used to pride ourselves on doing the best possible job that's going to look the same a year later, but we didn't care about like the service part, how we make the customer feel.
Customer service part.
It was just the presentation that we lacked. We always lacked
the detail part.
The detail part. Like most clients don't see the little things that we do. They don't. It took me years to realize that. But it's how you present yourself. It's how you know, when they get to the car, does it look brand new? Does it look, you know what I mean? Is it just wiped down and smudgy? Which that's what we used to do.
Customers' expectations are always very high, and they're not always gonna know what it takes to get there. So it's just a constant battle of like trying to just meet that expectation and trying to keep it as simple as possible for them to understand. Because all they care about is just, you know, does it look nice? Does it, you know, come back in the condition I sent it in? That's like all that really matters to them at the end of the day.
So I always have my staff. They're always greeting the clients. They're always, you know, eye contact is huge. It has to smell good in here. If it smells weird, I'm telling, hey, it doesn't smell good right now. Sound. I don't want the stereo blasted. I want it, you know, nice and comfortable but vibey. So that, to me, to answer your question, that's what I was, you know, lacking for, or we were lacking for many years. Install, we were always, you know, right there at the best.